In the quiet town of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and dense ancient forests, lived a young orphan named Lila. She resided in a weathered cottage on the outskirts of the village, its once vibrant paint now peeling, and its roof sagging under years of wear. The forest was both her solace and her escape. Its towering trees seemed to shield her from the harshness of a world that had taken her parents too soon. Every evening, she sat by her creaky wooden window, gazing at the endless expanse of stars. Lila often imagined her parents looking back from among the constellations, their eyes twinkling with the same warmth she faintly remembered. The townsfolk found her peculiar, a quiet girl with an otherworldly air, but she paid them little mind. Her world was her own, filled with dreams and whispers that only she could hear. One mist-laden night, as a silvery moon bathed Willowbrook in an ethereal glow, Lila felt an unusual warmth enveloping her. She was drawn to her window as a gentle rustling filled the room. Turning, she froze. A translucent figure stood before her, its edges shimmering like morning dew. The figure bore a serene expression, its smile comforting and maternal. Though startled, Lila felt no fear, only a profound sense of belonging. The ghost remained silent, yet its presence spoke volumes, a quiet assurance that she was not alone. Over time, the spectral figure became a constant companion, appearing at moments of doubt or sorrow. Its watchful gaze seemed to guide her, urging her toward an understanding of a world hidden from ordinary sight. What had begun as a quiet companionship now felt like a doorway opening to a realm she barely comprehended. But with this awakening came a sinister shift. The forest, once her refuge, turned oppressive. The sunlight that filtered through the leaves grew dim, and the once clear paths twisted into unrecognizable labyrinths. Branches stretched out like gnarled fingers, clawing at her as she passed. Whispers began to follow her, hissing her name from unseen mouths. At first, she dismissed them as figments of her imagination, the residue of her overactive mind. But soon, she couldn't ignore the sensation of unseen eyes boring into her back, or the chilling laughter that echoed faintly from the depths of the woods. Even her dreams offered no escape. Each night she was plagued by vivid nightmares, shadowy figures with hollow eyes chasing her through endless corridors, and an oppressive darkness threatening to consume her. The benevolent ghost appeared less frequently, its once reassuring glow dimmed as if drained by the encroaching malevolence. Lila's sanctuary had become a prison, and her world a place of lurking terror. Desperation drove Lila to seek answers. She spent hours poring over dusty tomes in the town's forgotten library and listening to the cryptic tales of Willowbrook's elders. They spoke of a gift or a curse bestowed upon those sensitive to the supernatural. Such individuals could bridge the divide between the living and the dead, drawing the attention of both benevolent and malevolent spirits. Lila's gift, they warned, was a beacon in the darkness, attracting forces she was unprepared to confront. Her guardian spirit's presence, though comforting, was not enough to shield her from the shadows that now stalked her. Determined to reclaim her life, Lila resolved to confront the entities. Guided by fragments of ancient incantations and the ghost's unspoken encouragement, she prepared for a final confrontation. She crafted protective charms from herbs and etched symbols of light into the walls of her cottage, steeling herself for the battle to come. As the boundary between her world and the spectral one blurred, Lila's resolve only grew stronger. The climax came on a storm-ravaged night. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the forest in stark, fleeting bursts. Lila stood in the clearing near her cottage, the wind tearing at her hair and the rain soaking her to the bone. The malevolent spirits gathered, their forms coalescing into a swirling mass of darkness, their whispers now a deafening cacophony. Clutching an amulet she had crafted, Lila began to recite the ancient words taught to her by her guardian. Her voice trembled but grew stronger with each syllable, a beacon of defiance against the encroaching shadows. The amulet glowed fiercely, casting a radiant light that pierced the darkness. The spirits shrieked, their forms dissolving into the wind, unable to withstand the force of Lila's newfound power. As the storm subsided, the benevolent ghost appeared one final time, its expression proud and serene. It reached out to touch her cheek before fading with the first light of dawn. Though peace returned to Willowbrook, Lila knew her life had irrevocably changed. She no longer feared the unseen but respected its presence, aware that it watched from the spaces between light and shadow, a reminder of the thin veil that separates the worlds. And every night as she gazed at the stars, she felt a quiet strength, knowing she had faced the darkness and prevailed.